we're going to complete LO2 today, inshallah, 2.2 and 2.3. And in next month, we are going to do task 1. Analyze the impact of corporate social responsibility on the supply chain. Here you need to focus on the command verb, that is analyze. Rest, you are going to shape up the answer according to the points from indicative content and guide present in the suggested evidence. And one more thing, because you people are like you are level 4, so we are going to only use small medium enterprise for the example purposes. No multinational names or international organizations for the example. All right. Then supply chain is all about a connection when the product raw material is being made ready, whosoever is there for the purpose for extraction and everything till it gets to the receiver, that's the consumer. In most of the cases, everyone who is involved in the process is going to come under the supply chain process. I took two organizations just to make sure we understand the concept: Toyota and GM Motors. And these are multinational again, and you are going to use SME when you will be doing it. Ethics in production, all about how you take things with the merit wise. Toyota is known for its commitment to ethical production practices which align with the CSR goals. Obviously, this is a big international company. They have their own goals related to the CSR too. The company has implemented the Toyota Production System (TPS), which emphasizes waste reduction, efficiency, and respect for the people. Three things which they highlight most as under the CSR slogan, that's the reduce the wastage, being more efficient, and respectful to every people. This system not only enhances productivity but also ensures that ethical standards are maintained throughout the production process. In many of the organizations, mostly the multinational ones, the people, the entrepreneurs, the MDs, senior managers, they don't talk respectfully towards the employees or even the frontline managers. The workers, like the one which is doing sweeping and everything, they do deserve the respect. So this instinct is present in Toyota. By focusing on ethical production, Toyota ensures that its manufacturing processes do not exploit workers, and it promotes fair labor practices, that is, being equitable with everyone. This ethical approach has a positive impact on the supply chain by building trust with suppliers and consumers. That is why still people love to buy the car from them. Ensuring and different vehicles, ensuring product quality and maintaining the brand integrity. The name which was in back late 20s, still it is in this century to 21st. GM Motors, however, General Motors has also integrated ethical practices into its production processes as part of its CSR initiatives. GM adheres to strict guidelines to ensure that its vehicles are produced under conditions that respect human rights. They also work with the rights of human. Now, it's not about the respect which we give to the people. It is about the right, which is, the legit thing which everybody is deserving, and labor standards. It comes with the benefits, it comes with the wages, salaries, everything. The company has implemented the supplier code of conduct, that is, even with the supplier, the relationship with producer and supplier is very critical. Because first we take the raw material from the supplier, we make the products, we even sell it out, but in the end they get the payment. That is how the mechanism work in the industries. Credit purchase. Okay, which outlines expectations for ethical behavior in the supply chain, including fair wages, safe working conditions, and the prohibitions of the forced labor, even the child labor too. By enforcing these standards, GM minimizes the risk of General Motors ethical practices within its supply chain and ensures that its products are ethically produced. So there is clear difference. Both are working under the slogan of CSR2 in their goals, but they work differently. Then comes responsible sourcing, from where you're extracting up the resources of your raw materials for the vehicles. Toyota's commitment to responsible sourcing is evident in its efforts to ensure that raw materials are components and the components are sourced from the suppliers that adhere to ethical and environmental standards. For example, Toyota has taken steps to ensure that minerals used in its vehicles are not sourced from the conflict zones, the one which is the dangerous one, which helps prevent the funding of armed conflicts. The bomb, the what do we call that, which is used to polish up all the armed material for our army and general forces. Additionally, Toyota works closely with suppliers to ensure that they comply with environmental regulations and sustainability practices. Again, two things They are working for the environment too and for the sustainability factor. This responsible sourcing strategy reduces the risk of supply chain disruptions and enhances the company's reputation with the sustainability, and they are well known for it. GM Motor also prioritized responsible sourcing as part of its CSR strategy. The company has committed to sourcing materials and components from suppliers that meet its environmental and social standards. They are going to only work with those suppliers who are working under this slogan. GM's Responsible Material Sourcing Program focuses on ensuring that minerals such as cobalt and lithium used in electric vehicle batteries, same things are used in bombs, making up the guns, different armed things. That is why it was in the Toyota too, are sourced ethically. GM collaborates with suppliers to ensure transparency in the supply chain and to verify that materials are obtained in a manner that respects human rights and environmental sustainability because there is a black market as well and there is an illegal way too. So we need to be sure that we're doing it under ethics. This approach helps GM mitigate risk that is to eliminate related to unethical sourcing and supports the company's goal of producing more sustainable vehicles. Reduced transport cost. Toyota's focus on CSR includes efforts to reduce transportation costs within its supply chain, which also contributes to environmental sustainability. That within the premises of the organization, too, there is a lot of expense on these things. We can curb that. And it will ultimately help the environment. The company has implemented strategies such as optimizing logistics routes, reducing the time frame for it. Try to make up those warehouses near your factories. Using fuel efficient transportation methods, you can go for carpooling method too, and consolidating shipments to reduce the frequency of deliveries. That is, once a whole and a big lorry has been loaded, it should reach first, and we can send another one. Why to send small amount of bulk of goods and vehicles in small amounts? These measures not only lower the transportation cost but also reduce the environmental impact of the company's logistics operations. Definitely. By minimizing the carbon footprint, that is the production of carbon dioxide and monoxide and methane as well. It is associated with transportation. Toyota enhances its CSR credentials while also achieving cost savings. So they are working under the CSR Act. Plus, what they are doing, they are saving up the cost on the fuels too. GM Motor also has taken the steps to reduce transportation cost as part of its CSR initiatives. The company has optimized its supply chain by adopting just-in-time JIT inventory management. That is, when there is a requirement of any service, any good, we're going to produce it only at that start, not before that, which reduces the need for excessive transportation and storage. GM has also invested in more efficient logistics solutions such as using rail transport instead of trucks where feasible to reduce fuel consumption and greenhouse gas emission. That is, even the Tesla, I have seen it by my own eyes, they have their personal train, we could say, the one which loads every car, and then they move up on the track. This is the best way to reduce up the cost rather than to go for the trucks and lorries, even the ships as well. Um, then these efforts contribute to lower transportation costs and reduce environmental impact, aligning with the GM's commitment to sustainability. So, more or less, the companies are working under slogan of different kinds of CSR initiatives. One is working on the waste management, other is working on the other factors. With that, they're working on the sustainability and ethical practices. Then comes carbon footprint reduction in it. Toyota has made significant strides in reducing its carbon footprint as part of its broader CSR goals. The company's supply chain strategy includes sourcing materials from environmentally responsible suppliers and using renewable energy in its manufacturing process. Just like companies, different organizations, they are under the CSR initiates. Same goes with the suppliers too. They are also have a very good repute in the markets which work under these ethics. Toyota also focuses on producing hybrid and electric vehicles both, which require a supply chain that supports the reduction of low emission vehicles, that is less emission of the gases. By prioritizing the suppliers that adhere to environmental standards and investing in clean technologies, Toyota significantly reduces the carbon footprint of its supply chain. contributing to the global efforts to combat climate change. You have seen a big change in the global warming too, and in the climate as well. These small things actually hit the problem, which is at the moment with having more heat in the summers, and with that, ozone layer problem is going on. Uh, the weather, it's changing drastically. The moment is winter, the other moment is spring. The vegetables, the fruits which were used to be grown in June and May, they are right now over here with us. GM Motors, however, they has also committed to reducing the carbon footprint of its supply chain as part of its strategy. The company has set ambitious targets to achieve carbon neutrality by 2040 and has taken steps to reduce emissions across its supply chain. So it's a big, long journey. This includes working with the suppliers to lower emission because they are all the time with us as producer and supplier relationship, investing in renewable energy and developing more sustainable products such as EVs, electric cars, and GM's focus on reducing the carbon footprint of its supply chain not only supports environmental sustainability but also meets the growing demand from the consumers and investors for more responsible business practices because these companies are multinational, they are at the stock exchange, we can buy the shares from them, and this is the reason why even the consumers, investors, brokers are interested to know how these companies are working. Are they working under the latest trends or not? Are they using the safer things or not? Then they do the investment because they know they're going to get promising returns. Use of technology in supply chain management. Toyota leverages advanced technology to enhance its supply chain management as part of its CSR efforts. The company uses data analytics, artificial intelligence, and Internet of the Things, that's IoT, technologies to optimize its supply chain operations. Going up with the latest technologies which literally is the requirement of the time too. These technologies enable Toyota to monitor and manage its supply chain more efficiently, reducing wastage, improving resource utilization, and ensuring compliance with environmental and social standards. That is we're using all the rules and regulations which are for the environment and society under the tech. Then, the use of technology in supply chain management helps Toyota maintain high ethical and environmental standards while also improving operational efficiency. We're going to work on the long term profits, but we need to work on the daily basis too. GM Motors also integrated the technology into its supply chain management to support its CSR objectives. The company uses digital tools to track and monitor its supply chain, ensuring that suppliers adhere to GM's ethical and environmental standards. They can have their own apps too, softwares as well. GM's use of blockchain technology, for example, what it is, it helps to verify the origin of the materials and ensure transparency throughout the supply chain. That is, you're sitting in, let's say, Malaysia, and the other house hub of GM Motor is in Canada. So we can target that where the exact raw material is just by working on the efficiency of the systems which we have upgraded and installed in the CSR. That is called Customer Relationship Management System 2. With that, by incorporating and technology into its supply chain management, GM can better manage the risk problems, that is, mitigate risk, improve sustainability, and ensure that its supply chain aligns with the company's CSR goals. That is, everything should be parallel, aligned with the each and everything. Only then it's going to be easy to achieve the goals of CSR, and the results are going to be promising too. Conclusion: CSR has profound impact on the supply chain, influencing every aspect from production ethics to the use of technology. That is, from where you're extracting the resources till you're using the latest technology into it. Companies like Toyota and GM Motors demonstrate how integrating CSR into supply chain management can lead to more ethical, sustainable, and efficient operations. By focusing on responsible sourcing, reducing carbon footprints, and leveraging the technology, these companies not only enhance their CSR credentials, that is, their respect into it, but also improve their overall business performance and repute too. You're going to have good mouth, people are going to know you with the better words, and that's true as well. The market knows Toyota, Hyundai, GM Motors for their definite excellent production in the vehicle market. Now, moving towards the last part for today's lecture, that is lecture number 5 and 2.3 assessment criteria. It is explain how a CSR policy, any policy, see, we have read a lot about it. It can be waste management, it can be waste reduction, it can be controlling of the pollution, gas emission, plastic usage, recycling, any policy which impact on the senior management team and business performance. Senior management team, which is in the business, in the organization, and how it impacts the performance of the business. For both, we have points in the indicative content, so we are going to do it. And you need to focus on the command verb as well, that is explain. A CSR policy can significantly impact external stakeholders such as customers, investors, suppliers, and the broader community. These are the stakeholders, but external. When business implements CSR practices, they go beyond profit driven motives to focus on ethical, environmental, and social concerns. Because they know this one thing that later, after even 2, 3 years, or 5 years, they are going to get the profit in double or triple the amount. So it's better to do the investment right now. Increased confidence in the business. External stakeholders, especially customers and the general public, both tend to trust. Now, customers are here. It meant that the people who buy the product of your company and general public is the one who's also purchasing the products, but not from your company. They too uses the same commodity. Like we use bread, everybody use breads, but it's from different brands and different shops. Tend to trust and support businesses that demonstrate social responsibility. A well implemented CSR policy reassures that these stakeholders that the company cares about more than just profits, which increases loyalty and long term business relationships. Again, we need to do the investment at the initial time because we know we are going to get the return after a year or more than that. For example, Unilever, again, this is not a small medium enterprise company, it is a multinational. I actually already made these lecture, that is why I added up these examples. Because before that, they actually didn't told us that we can only work with SMEs example, but after a few cases, they strictly told us that the students are going to use small medium enterprises only from now onwards. Unilever has long championed sustainability through its Sustainable Living Plan, which focuses on reducing its environmental impact and improving the health and well being of the people around the world. Unilever's commitment to sustainability has significantly enhanced public trust, with the surveys indicating that customers are more inclined to purchase from the brands they perceive as socially responsible because of the awareness factor, obviously. This has led to strong brand loyalty, particularly among the younger, the youth, environmentally conscious consumers, because they are the one into the social media as well. That is why they are known with what's going on in the market. Then comes positive messages to the potential investors. This means a strong CSR policy sends positive signals to the investors because they know they are going to invest in it. It indicates that the company is forward thinking. They are, up with the trend, managing risk effectively, mitigating up the risk, and is likely to be compliant with ever evolving regulations. The one because rules and regulation they changes with the passage of time way too quickly. Investors are increasingly looking at CSR as a key indicator of the company's long term sustainability and ethical approach to the business. They feel like which business is doing excellent, they are going to invest in it. For example, Tesla, with its focus on the clean energy and electric vehicles, has started and attracted investors who are interested not just in profitability, but also in contributing to the in transition to a more sustainable future. That's true. Tesla's commitment to reducing carbon emission and fostering innovation in clean energy technology has constantly attracted investors looking for both financial metrics or returns, that is, more profit, and a positive environmental impact too. So these things which we take as a company, the initiates, they help up to grow more faster because investors are looking for us or a company like us. More willingness to invest in the business. Investors, both institutional and individual, because people who are working in the organization, they can also buy shares from your company, and rest is the general public. Often see businesses with a strong CSL policy as a safer and more attractive investment. Why? Because they know it won't be filled up or you're not going to lose. This is because business that incorporate social and environmental responsibility are viewed as less likely to encounter legal or reputational risk that could harm their long-term profitability. Like we try to go to best salon and the best hospital. Why? Because of the repute it has built. We know everything is going to be fine there. We are not going to risk up ourselves going up with the local ones. For example, Microsoft has committed to becoming carbon negative by 2030, meaning they will remove more carbon from the environment than they emit. That is, they're going to eliminate it, reduce it, and they are not even producing it to that much ratio. This ambitious CSR goal has more Microsoft and has made Microsoft an attractive option for socially responsible investors. The company's focus on sustainability, data privacy, and ethical business practices increases confidence among investors, who are more likely to see Microsoft as a stable and innovative business for the long term. Obviously, when things are going to be safe, your investment is going to be safe, you will be more likely to keep up with it. More successful business offering greater return on investment. When a company successfully implements CSR initiatives, it often enjoys stronger consumer loyalty, brand reputation, and operational efficiencies. That is, when the company has a good repute in the market and the industry, the customers are going to be loyal to your product, then you're going to have good repute, respect. With that, daily efficiency tasks, daily operational tasks are going to be met smoothly. This leads to better financial performance, that is, more profit, more revenue, gross profit. That's the income statement. Then comes the statements of financial position, that is, more current assets, liabilities, drawings, taxations, and everything in it, which in turn offers higher returns to shareholders and investors. Definitely. For example, Patagonia, a well-known outdoor clothing brand, has integrated sustainability into every part of its business. They focus on using recycled materials and promoting environmental activism. Despite offering premium-priced products, Patagonia's deep commitment to CSR has led to customer loyalty, high brand equity, and consistent financial success. As a result, the company has delivered solid returns to the investors while growing its brand influence. So, what they did? It's a good company, a big company, and they are producing high-end qualitative products, gears basically, dresses and gears. They're expensive, but why people are crazy about it? The reason is simple, just because of the quality, and they are working under initiative CSR, and the investors who have invested in the company, all the year they are getting higher in profits, returns. Increased reputation by association. Business that implements effective CSR policies often see an increase in reputation, which positively impacts all external stakeholders. That's the consumers, suppliers, investors want to be associated with the companies that have strong reputations for the ethical practices and sustainability. That is a concept of brand ambassador. Many Indian actresses are the brand ambassadors of the different brands in Europe. Why? Because they are attached to it with some slogan of CSR. This enhances the company's brand value and can lead to increased sales, better supplier partnerships, and greater investor interest. For example, the Body Shop, a global cosmetic brand, is known for its stance on social issues such as animal testing and sustainability. It's one of the brand which work under it. Its CSR initiatives have given it a competitive edge in the better industry, in the beauty industry. The Body Shop's clear focus on ethical business practices has boosted its reputation among the consumers who are environmentally conscious and has attracted the partnerships with the suppliers and NGOs, non-governmental organizations, focused on similar values. The company's reputations help it attract consumers who align with its mission, thus increasing market share. There are many brands who make the products from the skin of many animals. That's prohibited with most of the people in the country too. But still, there are people, audience, target audience, which love to buy those products, and vice versa too. Okay. Overall impact of corporate social responsibility on external stakeholders. Customers develop loyalty due to trust in the company's ethical practices. That's true, because why they're loyal to your company? Because they know they are working under the ethics. Investors feel secure in their investments because they have given money to us, the business, knowing the company is well managed, forward thinking, and socially responsible. So no, so they are quite, relaxed that the investment is safe. They're going to get good amount of return. Suppliers may feel proud to be associated with a company that upholds high ethical standards, like sponsorships. Many events are sponsored by different companies. Why it is? Because they feel apprehended. Communities benefit from social programs going on in the company, in the community, environmental conservation efforts using recycled things, and so on, and economic development initiative that is more development of employment, uh, less inflation, and equilibrated interest rates in these sectors specifically, money supply, fiscal policy, and everything. It fosters a positive relationship with the business too, and ultimately you build up a harmony with the different categories of business. So CSR policies have a far-reaching impact on external stakeholders. Business like Unilever, Tesla, Microsoft, Patagonia, and The Body Shop illustrate how the integrating social and environmental responsibility can enhance a company's reputation, attract investors, and foster stronger relationships with the consumers and suppliers. Obviously, when you are trying your best to balance both the CSR policies as well, company policy as well, you're going to get the profit in the end in good terms. As CSR becomes a central aspect of business strategy, now every business literally opts for it, whether it's a small business, big business, or a medium sized. The external stakeholders, consumers, suppliers, government, they are not only reassured by the company's ethical standing, but also confident in its long term growth potential that it will strive in the industry. They're not going to be soon kicked out or fired or something like that. It will be sustained in the market.